Okay, we're having problems with this camera. Probably just because of how the weather is going outside. It's very stormy. As you know, in the United States, there's been a lot of snow, rain, sleet, shit out there, and it's been messing around with Wi-Fi, I assumed, with the webcam here on this little thing. But let's just try this again. With the Hall of Fame being a few weeks away, it's very interesting to me how this woman is inducted and why she's inducted. Which also is interesting because March is Women's History Month, which is a good thing, a very good thing for sure. But the woman being inducted has been controversial in our business over the past few years, and that woman is Deborah Michelli, otherwise known as Medusa Michelli, otherwise known as Medusa, otherwise known as Alundra Blaze. Who this time I believe they're doing the same thing they did with Scott Hall when he was inducted as Razor Ramon, with different reasons, probably because that way Scott Hall could be inducted as an NWO member instead of just being in there as Scott Hall and being a dual inductee, which he can still do in the end if the NWO ever gets inducted, which I doubt would happen. But it's interesting because Medusa is inducted for probably just, I mean, you cannot induct China. So what's the next best thing here? Probably a woman that has revolutionized this sport. Possibly is probably one of the greatest in-ring technicians of all time, mat technicians, mat wrestlers in general. But it's interesting because of a certain incident we'll get to later. But first of all, let's go with this woman has held, because I forgot she held some of these belts actually. A two-time IWA World Women's Champion, which is in All Japan. One of the three women to have held the AWA and WWE Women's Championships. The other two are the late great Sherry Martel and someone else got inducted into the Hall of Fame, both Hall of Famers as well, Sherry Martel and Wendy Richter, who they also had fixed ties with as well. But Medusa probably is one of, if not the only woman to hold the AWA World Women's Championship, WWE Women's Championship, and the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Now I thought she held the WCW Women's Championship, but she never won the belt. In fact, she was in the finals and lost to Akira Hokuto, and not only that happened, but she also left the company for a couple of years after that, which was interesting because she's a three-time women's champion. But the main reason people will remember her is a incident in WCW where she was still in possession of the belt, and she dropped the belt in a trash can on Live Nitro. I remember this because I saw it happen, and it was confusing at that time. And it was very interesting because at that time, I believe WWE superstars were allowed to hold their championships. Well, obviously hold their championships, but to bring their belts home with them, or do whatever they want with the belt. And this is the real McCoy, not the replica belts you see at home with the fucking cribs and the fucking whatever WWE does, look at superstars' houses and shit when they show off titles. But it's the actual real McCoy. I know this because she actually still has that title in her possession. And hopefully we'll see that in the Hall of Fame as well. But it's interesting because it also sparked the Montreal Screwjob, and a lot of people have used this theory excuse me, just throat's acting up a little bit, but they've used this theory because of something so simple, like throwing a women's championship in a trash can, or any title for that matter. That's disgracing the champion, that's disgracing the legacy, that's disgracing the title, and the promotion as well. Which at that time, Bret Hart was the WWE or WWF champion at the time, and had the title, and was going to lose the belt after Survivor Series against Shawn Michaels. Bret was apparently supposed to give the belt to Vince McMahon on Raw, and then go to WCW, which he did sign a WCW deal at the time. Now, with that being said, a lot of people have said this is the beginning of what becomes the Montreal Screwjob later on. I personally don't believe that, It's a very good theory, and it's very plausible. Because at that time, Bret Hart could have easily taken the belt and basically gave it to Eric Bischoff and did the whole trash can thing again, which is your main world championship, and your promotion would be complete shit at that point, and that would probably change the way of the Monday Night War. We could be talking about WCW Starrcade fucking coming up in a few months at that point, if that was the case. This could have altered the Monday Night Wars, for sure. And with that, you have to induct Medusa. Now, what has Medusa been doing recently, you might ask? Well, she's been doing fucking monster trucks, which is fucking awesome. I don't know why or when this happened, but I remember it just happening, which was fucking great. And she's probably, at that time, she's probably, if you want to add that, she's the only person to win a fucking monster truck jam, the fucking IWA, AWA, WCW Cruiserweight Championship, and WWE's Women's Championships. I mean, what else can you say about this woman? She's done it all. She's been in a business in a male-dominated world where a woman is in a male-dominated world, and she survives and thrives in this business, and that, I respect that, and it's about damn time she's in the Hall of Fame. But the Hall of Fame is a few weeks away, so hopefully we'll see even more great inductees like this one.